Shalom, shalom. We are the Hebrew Israelites coming in and week out. We prophesied the downfall of this wicked kingdom, and prophesied the coming of the kingdom of YAHAWASHI. So first off, we'd like to give all glory to YAHAWAH, Ba'Hashem, Yahawashi, Ba'Hashem, QADASH. Double honors and salutation to the elders and apostles of GMS, teaching and ruling well. Salutation to the faithful believers, the Akyam and Aqua, that are fervent in this truth. Okay? So we wanted to go into the topic of who's the fugitive and who's the vagabond that the Bible speaks of, the devil that the Bible speaks of. You know? Because you know that there has to be a falling away first, and the son of perdition has to be revealed. Okay? So we were going to go into
It's the book of Obadiah, chapter 1 and verse 6. How are these things of Esau searched out? How are they hid? How are his hidden things sought up?
How are you going to understand how wicked this devil is, man? How will you understand who's the enemy? See, it's through the scriptures, man. Through the knowledge and understanding of the scriptures that you're going to find out that the devil has a physical counterpart, and that's the so-called white man, Caucasian, walking the spirit.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
See? You have to understand why is that. You have to understand that why did the Lord love Jacob but he hated Esau? It's not for no reason. It says there's no unrighteousness with the Most High. So why does he hate? And yes, the Lord hates. There's a time to love. There's a time to hate as well. So Job 9.
It's the book of Job, chapter 9, and verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. See? He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
See? So how are the things that Esau set up? See? If not he, who is he? You gotta ask yourself those questions, man. You know? If you ask anyone here, man, who rules the earth right now, man? You know? You'd be a fool to not say that the so-called white man is running the earth, man. That he has the power to control, you know? Why are people wearing a mask on their face right now, man? Why are people going in quarantine? Is it not because it's been decreed by the so-called white man? Huh? See, they're putting the whole world on a global lockdown, man. Isn't it the so-called white man that's done this? You see? So if not he, who's the wicked? You see? And then you're gonna find out that there can't be no one else but him. He's the fugitive that the Bible speaks of. Go to Malachi.
It's the book of Malachi, chapter 1 and verse 4.
Read it out.
Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, Yahawah Ba'Hashem Yahawashi, they shall build, but I shall throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness.
See? Edom is the border of wickedness, man. We can end this lesson right here, man. It already tells you, man, how are they searched out? And it tells you that Edom is the border of wickedness. You know, if you want to get to some place, there's a border. And that's Edom, man. You're going to come to find out that at every end of the transaction, Edom is there, man. You know?
If you look throughout all history, bro, Edom left a trace in every, you know?
Yeah.
Everything traces back to him.
You know? There's a trail, man. You know?
Reading on. And the people against whom the Lord YAHAWASHI YAHAWASHI have indignation forever.
See? That's why it says, you know, he loves Jacob, but he hates Esau. It says he has indignation with these people forever. It's not just Esau, but it's the people, his seed as well. You know, because the wickedness that Esau has been doing is the same wickedness that this Edomites have been doing as well. You know, it says here in Genesis 4:1 to give you to understand the reasoning why behind the Lord's hatred and indignation for these people, you know, for calling them for being the border of wickedness. It says here in Genesis 4:1, and Adam knew Eve, his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain, and said, I have begotten a man from the Lord. And she again bare his brother Abel, and Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of ground. And in the process of time, it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering unto the Lord, and Abel he also brought of the firstling of his flock and the fat thereof. And the Lord had respect unto Abel and his offering. See, Abel was accepted. See, and through the Spirit, if you can receive it, Abel is Jacob and Cain is Esau. That's why it's important. Reincarnation is the glue that solidifies the concept of judgment. You cannot understand judgment without understanding the concept of reincarnation. See, it's the glue that ties the gospel all together. See, indignation forever. See, and we're gonna bring it out here. Then it says, but unto Cain and his offering he had no respect, and Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell. And the Lord said unto Cain, why art thou wroth, and why is thy countenance fallen? If thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted? And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door, and with thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. You see? And Cain talked with Abel his brother, and it came to pass, when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Abel his brother and slew him. You see? Didn't it say, if thou doest well, thou shalt be accepted? And then he turns around and commits evil. Cain was the first murderer, man. See? And it's going to come to find out that, I'll bring it out. It says here, we can move further on in Genesis 25, 21, 25. And then it says here, and the Lord said unto him, unto Cain, where is thy brother Abel? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? And he said, what hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood cried unto me from the ground. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. It says here, when thou tillest the ground, it shall not therefore yield unto thee her fruits. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth. See? That's one of the curses that Esau has, to be a fugitive and a vagabond. Man. See, he's not a keeper at home. Everywhere you go, the Esau has an army base set up everywhere, man. You think about the U.S. You have U.S. in Mexico. You have the U.S. in Australia. You have the U.S. in China. They're everywhere, man. They're set up everywhere, man. Wherever you think of, there's a McDonald's, man. You know?
Got the definition for the word vagabond. This is the Google definition. Vagabond, a person who wanders from place to place without a home or a job.
You see? This guy has no home, man. But ultimately, we know that his house is his home is Mount Seir, and that place, like I said before, the ground shall not give her fruits to thee. Mount Seir is a desert, man. Mount Seir is, you see, the description falls right through with the scriptures, man. It aligns, man. And you see, it asks us how is the secret things of Esau revealed? You know, it's through the scriptures, man. You see that everything correlates, everything aligns, man. If you piece it all together, if you do it with understanding and knowledge, you'll come to find out that the devil that the Bible speaks of is the so-called white man. Okay?
Similar words: wanderer, traveler, migrant. You know, real quick for that definition of fugitive. A person who has escaped from a place or is in hiding, especially to avoid arrest or prosecution. Persecution,
See, the judgment is not like it's not served expediently because the wicked is in control, man. The woe is given unto the wicked, man. All sorts of abominations are being promoted here in Babylon the Great, man. You see, you can be as wicked as you are in this society, man. It doesn't matter, man. You see,
Esau promotes that.
He promotes that. See, because he's running away from his crimes, man. And let alone he gave you that wine to believe that you can be a partaker in his kingdom, partaker with him in his crime, and all will be well with you, man. But unbeknownst to you and all these followers, man, all these people that are walking dead in the world, man, judgment is awaiting for them, man. Thus said the Lord.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 7 and 11. YAHAWASHI judgeth the righteous, and YAHAWASHI is angry with the wicked every day.
Every day, man. You know, so you following that the way of living of the so-called Edomites, man, you're gonna die, man. You see? You know, if it's really about respect, when you park your car and you come listen, man. We don't want no lip service, man. You see? If you really want to save your life, you hearken to the words we're saying, because we know that wherever you're going, see, it's not the will of the Most High, man. So you can keep your respect, man. That's what we're trying to please the Most High, man. We're not here to please man, okay? So we can bring that up again.
Want me to bring it up?
Yeah, bring it up.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 7 and 11. The Most High judgeth the righteous, and the Most High is angry with the wicked every day.
So it says here, verse 12, when thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth. And Cain said unto the Lord, my punishment is greater than I can bear. See? Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. And it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me. And why is that? Because they're going to find out that he's the wicked, man. He's the reason why the world is out of order, man. You see? Yes, we transgress the commandments, but this guy, man, he's the worst, man. Like the Bible said, it calls him the border of wickedness, man. You see?
Hey, don't say something that is not written in there.
Genesis.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 25 and 21. Isaac entreated YAHAWASHI for his wife because she was barren. And the Lord YAHAWASHI was entreated of him. And Rebekah, his wife, conceived. And the children struggled together within her.
See, that's the struggle, man. The same way that Cain was wroth at Abel because his offering was accepted. See, it's the same struggle that's there.
You know what happened to
and she said,
first king?
If it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of YAHAWASHI. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb.
2 nations, 2 manner
and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels.
He put the sword.
The Lord is here for a division, man.
Put the sword.
He came with the sword to divide, man. It's not. This is not a concept of
on the floor.
This is not a doctrine of assimilation. Okay, it's a doctrine of separation. The righteous and the wicked with the wicked, man. You see, the righteous will live, and the wicked will die. You know?
And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger.
See, the elder shall serve the younger, man. See, that's one of the blessings that we have, man. That's Jacob, man, and it's gonna come to pass when Yahushua comes back and sets order in this world.
Because I'm older than you are.
It says the older shall serve the younger. See? Go to 27 and 22.
So Genesis chapter 27, verse 22. And Jacob went near unto Isaac, his father, and he felt him and said, the voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are of Esau. To set the stage.
Yeah. That was the time of the when Jacob supplanted Esau the second time for the blessings. You see, to be accepted not only from from his father, but from the Most High as well, to get that blessing that was already preordained for him. You know, the inheritance. See,
Verse 23. And he discerned him not, because his hands were hairy, as his brother Esau's hands. So he blessed him. And he said, Art thou my very son Esau? And he said, I am. And he said, Bring it near to me, and I will eat of my son's venison, that my soul may bless him. And he brought it near to him, and he did eat, and he brought him wine, and he drank. And his father Isaac said unto him, Come near now, and kiss me, my son. And he came near and kissed him. And he smelled the smell of his raiment, and blessed him, and said, See, the smell of my son is of the smell of a field, which the Lord YAHAWASHI had blessed. Verse 28. Therefore the Most High gave Therefore the Most High give thee of the dew of heaven, and of the fatness of the earth, and plenty of corn and wine. Let people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee. Be Lord over thy brethren, and let thy mother's sons bow down to thee. Cursed be everyone that curseth thee, and blessed be he that blesseth thee.
see, that's Jacob's blessing, man. See, that's the blessing that we're gonna come to full fruition when we'll be in the kingdom, man. We had a little taste of it during the time of Solomon, but all this is gonna come through, and there's gonna be an eternal kingdom, man. See,
I'm gonna jump to 38. And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. And by thy sword shalt thou live.
by his sword, man. Like I said, wasn't Cain the first murderer? You see, wasn't then both of them were struggling in the womb of Rebecca. You see, that's why you understand that those spirits were created aforetime. You see, you understand the reincarnation process, you know. And also it says earlier in that chapter, it says when you bring out Esau was red in here. See.
This is the book of Genesis 25 and 25. And the first came out red, all over like a hairy garment.
See, Esau came out red, all over with like a hairy garment. And you know why? Because that is the mark that he told that Cain would receive. You know, he came back with that mark. He came back as Esau with the lack of melanin, man. He came back with leprosy, man. You see, that was the mark that he received, man. You know. Because back in those days, everyone was different shades of brown. See? Okay.
And they called his name Esau.
See?
The reason why they gave a description to Esau is because he didn't look like everybody else.
No.
You know?
Can you bring out that he was a hunter as well?
I'm going to read on. Verse 26. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. And the boys grew. And Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field.
See, a cunning hunter, man. See, this hunter in his mind, he has only a world domination on his head. But even though he doesn't have the wisdom and righteousness to do so. See, all that he has is with the sword. What do you use what is the use of a sword? It's to kill, man. You see. This guy has no wisdom to rule. You see, he's only there as a whipping stick of the Lord, man, to correct the Israelites so they can understand wickedness and appreciate righteousness even more when the kingdom comes, man. You see, and we're about that time to be delivered, man. You see, it says here in Ezekiel 35:1. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, against the Edomites, and prophesy against it, and say unto it, Thus saith the Lord power, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out mine hand against thee, and I will set thee most desolate. And I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate. And thou shalt know that I am the Lord, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, and in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, said the Lord, power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. See? So even from the blood of Abel, see, from the blood of righteous Abel, even to the point where it said the time of my father's mourning is at hand. But when he gets buried, I will seek to slay Jacob. I think it's later on in that.
It's the book of Genesis 25 verse 41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessings wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob.
See? So war is in his heart, man. Even if he comes subtly, even if he comes crouching, blood is in his mind, man. It's nothing for him to shed blood, man. He's a murderer from the beginning, man. You see? If you can get Obadiah before me. Obadiah 1 and 2. It says here in Obadiah 1 and 3, it says, thy pride, the pride of thine heart, hath deceived thee. Thou that dwellest in the cleft of the rock, whose habitation is high, thou said in thy heart, who shall bring me down? He shall bring me down to the ground. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, said the Lord. It says here in verse 8, it says, shall I not in the day, said the Lord, even destroy the wise man of Edom, and understanding out of the mount of Esau, and thy mighty man, O Teman, shall be dismayed, to the end that everyone of the mount Esau may be cut off by slaughter. You see? So the end of Esau extermination, extinction. See, the same way they got they set out the image of Caesar Borgia on the cross, man. See, doesn't it say, as the Lord has I died but is risen, even he that is risen? You see? But the problem is Esau Edom is set himself on the cross, and that's the end of Esau Edom, destruction.
I got a real quick precept. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 16 and verse 18. Pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall.
See? The pride of thine heart had deceived you. You see? They do not consider the latter end of their day, man. Of them being causing the turning upside down of the matters, you know. All the wickedness that they're promoting, man. They don't realize that at the end they're gonna be judged, you know, and they're gonna receive double of what they did. See? It says here, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob shall shame cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. You see? And that brings us back in the time of 70 AD. You see? There's about a million that were killed by those Romans when they came and destroyed Jerusalem. About a million and about thousands of Jews being carried away captive, and the number of our people that had to flee is innumerable. Huh? You see, that was the end of the estates of the Jews, man. You look at certain articles, it tells you that was the end of the Jewish empire, let's say, you know. You know, our people at that time, our people weren't calling themselves Jews anymore, you know. Or if they were, man, it's not believed. And that's why today, man, we've been indoctrinated. We don't even know who we are, man. You know, our people walking to and fro, calling themselves Negroes, calling themselves Latinos, or Native Indians, man. They don't know who they are, man. It's because they've been chased away from their home and from their heritage, man. You know, but being born again, through the spirit of YAHAWASHI, this knowledge has been revealed was given unto us to come back to the truth, you know.